All right. Good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday. Hope everybody's having a good weekend already. Welcome to another episode of God, Greed, and Guile. I'm going to go ahead and get right on into it today, guys.
Your opinion is a lie.
I'm going to talk about why David E. Taylor, piece of shit, hasn't been arrested. All right. We were trying to talk about it on my YouTube channel last night, David E. Taylor Full Frontal Exposure, where
your opinion is a lie.
We got off track. And it's not a bad thing. We had a really good conversation last night. But today I really want to focus on why the government hasn't stepped in and arrested this piece of shit. All right? One, nobody's really taking steps to file fraud like we are. I'm filing fraud actively against this piece of shit. All right? I do it every week. Every Monday, I take about 10 minutes out of my day. I sit down, I fill out the fraud reports, and I send them to the fucking IRS. This is the only way this can be done. People ask, well, why hasn't he been arrested, right? Because nobody's ever put him under the microscope like we have now. Social media is the fucking machine, you guys. Social media is a beast of its own. We all know that. The YouTube algorithm, Facebook, all that shit. It has become a monster of its own. In and of itself. It's almost like, if anybody's seen Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines, it's almost like the social media algorithm is taking over, and what it does is the social media algorithm favors the shitty and the fucking scam artists out there that are doing all this bullshit, like David E. Taylor, Kenneth Copeland, Benny Hinn, Creflo Dollar starting to come back out of the fucking swamp now. You know, you have all these prosperity preachers coming back out saying, you know, that have renounced basically the seed faith, and all of a sudden they come back, oh, it's all good. No, we're going to go ahead and start preaching the seed faith again, right? So here we go, guys. We're going to have these fucking scummy prosperity preacher ministers come out and start scamming old people again, scamming mentally ill. Why is this shit not a crime? If anybody disagrees with me, by all means, let me know. Phone line is open, 314-492-3356. That is a Google Voice number. I do not give my real number out here for obvious reasons, but if you want to call and talk about this topic, let's talk about it. Because this is a serious topic. David E. Taylor is a fucking cult, all right? This cult has gone beyond any Christianity. It's gone beyond Jim Jones. It really has. It's gone beyond destructive in nature. It is beyond anything. Anybody living down in fucking Lutz, Florida, okay, check this out. Listen up, everybody. There is a full-blown Jim Jones fucking cult living in your backyard down in Avila Country Club in Lutz, Florida. And nobody's fucking paying attention to it. They just bought the house down there, okay? 706 Cruzando de Avila from the Buccaneers what was her name? Kasowitz, Darcy, I think, Kasowitz. I can't remember her name. Don't quote me on that. But it was the Buccaneers' assistant coach, right? Or along those lines, guys. So you have a full-blown fucking money laundering sex cult living in your fucking backyard, and nobody's saying, hey, no, this isn't okay. You have really strict HOAs, no doubt, right? And I found out the HOA fees. You're paying about $2,500 a month on HOA fees, David. But back to why he hasn't been arrested is, one, because he hasn't been put under the microscope. He says he gets audited, right?
Your opinion is a lie.
This asshole says he's been audited every year, which if, in actuality, guys, if you're getting audited every year by the IRS, there's something fucking wrong. Then your books are seriously fucked up, all right? Number two, the reason his door hasn't been fucking kicked down is, again, He's been dodging the tax code. He's using lawyers, okay? This is where... Man, okay. I don't want to get off into a tangent about other cover-ups and shit like that because I'm not a conspiracy theorist or anything. My eyes are wide fucking open, though. All right? I have a cease and desist on my wall right here, from a law firm that David has employed to send me a cease and desist about my YouTube channel because David found out I found his social security number, put it on a fraud report to mail to the IRS, and they're trying to get me for defamation and fucking, like privacy and all this other bullshit, right? His social security number's on the internet. We just found it. Again, why would a fucking shady-ass cult, right? This is where this is where it gets me, all right? You have a cult, you have a known cult, okay? We have a deposition. We have the exposure route, but yet this law firm still chooses to employ this, to take this piece of shit's money.
Your opinion is a lie.
You know, I wonder what David E. Taylor thinks of all this. Oh, okay. So that's what he thinks of it. So you got the law firms. I've only got one cease and desist, right? And nothing has happened since I got that in October of last year. 2021 is when I received it, right? Came home one day, sitting on my front porch in a FedEx package, opened it up, said KOGGC, cease and desist, harassment of KOGGC members, right? I'm like, okay, what's it saying? It said, talking about, I wear a shirt that says Axe Michelle, and it could be, it said, it could be hurting and all this other crazy bullshit, you know? Really just kind of going off the deep end, you know? And it was some bullshit ass cease and desist. I ended up getting a hold of the law firm, right? I spoke to the law firm. I spoke to Richard King, I think is the name of the guy. Winters and King Associates, or Winters and King Attorney at Law, out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. Also employed by Joel Osteen, Paula White, and some other bigger names, okay? But those are the two that I know for sure. Paula White and Joel Osteen also pay this piece of shit law firm. So does David, apparently, now. Okay? Send me the cease and desist. And this is where it's like, these people think they can do anything they fucking want.
Right, I said it.
Because they can hire these powerful law firms and throw money around you. Fuck these guys. That's what I say to it.
That's right, I said it.
Fuck David. Fuck Michelle. Fuck their scam. Because it is. This is a cult scam, guys. There's love scams going on. There's divorcee scams going on. You got a fucking real estate scam going on. He's scamming all the believers that are following him. He's keeping them all in fucking, basically in religious limbo, man. It's some bullshit. It's some full-on bullshit. And if you guys watch the Deposition, or if you haven't, I recommend you start there. All right? Because that's where we all started, is the Deposition. Right?
That's right, I said it.
That's right, I said it. So we all started at the Deposition, and everybody's sitting back. That's where it all kind of is like, how the fuck is he not in jail for sitting there lying under oath? That's my question. Okay, this guy was clearly lying under oath. Why didn't the lawyers stop the deposition and say, hold the fuck up? You better start telling the fucking truth right now. Why didn't the lawyers stop that? It sounded like maybe David hired some shitty ass lawyers, just the $2,500 retainer just to sit through that deposition. I don't know.
Don't call him David. Don't call him David.
David.
Don't call him David.
So the deposition, that's where we all get it at. That's where we're all sitting back like, how the fuck is this guy not in jail? He clearly sat there and lied under oath. Sat there, took an oath before God. Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. He's like, yes, I do. Right? Fucking first lie right there. He lies right there. He swears he's going to tell the truth, and he's a pastor. So bam, automatically going to hell right there, David. So that's kind of where everybody's like, man, how is he not in jail? What the law is and what we think are two different things, everybody. That's the thing. That's the issue here. What we think and what the law is it's two different worlds.
Don't call him David.
The ministerial thing.
So in the end, say the IRS does audit him and they find nothing wrong. But I highly doubt that. I mean, they've already revoked one tax ID number and bankrupted another one. Well, the IRS revoked one tax ID number already. And then the first one they had was bankrupted. Bankrupted one, revoked another, working on two more right now. So 4 tax ID numbers, guys. How is this not a fucking red flag for the IRS? The IRS has their heads up their ass. And again, this is another reason why he's not busted, is because the IRS is probably so overwhelmed. Get it? Overwhelmed with all the bullshit with the PPP fraud. And I mean, how does the IRS ever expect to fucking figure this shit out when you have people like David just clearly fucking laundering money using the 501c3, everybody? That's how he's laundering the money. Using the tax code to launder it. He's jumping around the tax ID numbers in the process of opening other tax ID numbers. I'm filing fraud against him once a week, guys. I put I put links on my YouTube channel for the fraud reports, and if you guys want to fill them out, you don't have. Again, I understand if you don't want to do it, but I do it, and people ask that I put the forms out there so if they wanted to do it, they could. You don't have to put your information on there, okay? So I think some people are worried about that. And I want people to know, you don't have to put your information on there. It says at the very bottom, hey, it helps, but hey, you don't have to put your information on here, okay? And some people said, oh, you don't have to? Okay, you know what? Now I'm going to start filling them out because I don't have to put my information on there. So I think some people want like anonymity in this, and I get that. But I put my legal information on there. I put my name, phone number, and address on them. I do. I want the IRS to know who's filing them because I want them to know that I'm paying attention to what's going on. I pay the shit out of my fucking taxes like you guys do. I'm self-employed. I pay 15 fucking % is my rate now. It was 12% about a year or two ago. Now it's 15%. So being self-employed, it's almost like it's counterproductive. It really is. It's fucking. You got Jeff Bezos, David Taylor. You got all these people out here not paying their taxes. But hey, you know what? The middle guy fucks up on his taxes or his business. IRS is gonna come and fucking take everything from you, man. It is a fucking double standard bullshit. It's bullshit. When this Church of Scientology was getting audited by the government, you guys know what happened? The IRS agents were getting stalked, death threats, all kinds of shit, man. It was bad. It was really bad. Like people like showing up at their houses and shit like that, doing really creepy shit. Everything pretty much disappeared overnight with that audit. Everything stopped. There was never a trace, nothing. They never heard about it again. What the fuck? That is my question. How is it our own government fucking bones out on a federal audit of a 501c3? I'm calling our government out for fucking being little fucking... I don't even want to say it, like... How's our own government bail out of a fucking audit on this Church of Scientology? I'm relating all this back to David. We're getting into why they don't do it is because, one, it's a support base. Think of how many people are in the Church of Scientology that vote for whatever party they vote for. Think of that, right? Think of what that would do. Think that would cause some kind of fucking holy war with the government? I think so, yeah. It would cause some really shitty shit. But my question is why the government didn't fucking step up their game, get like the CIA, the DEA, get them all involved. Get them all involved. Be like, you know what? You guys are going to start fucking stalking and sending our agents death threats? Guess what? Ball's in your fucking court now. Now it's our fucking turn. Why did they start fucking raiding the Scientology houses and shit like that? That's fucking bullshit to me, guys. It really is. Our tax-paying... Our elected officials... Federal agents, DEA, CIA, FBI, local police. These guys are all too fucking scared to go after the Church of Scientology. That is a tax-exempt organization. We know there's really shady shit going on with all these tax-exempt, especially David. David's organization is trafficking humans. 100%. All the dynamics are there. I've looked it up on DHS. It's all there. I didn't make up the DHS fucking bullshit for trafficking. They did. And it's all there. Another reason the government won't get involved is because they're scared of a civil rights violation. Because in the end, say David does get fucking raided, alright? Say David gets raided and his doors get kicked in, whatever. All the people have to say is like, hey, we want to be here. That's it. And the government can do absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. But again, we know there's a scare tactic going on behind this cult, and it's very dangerous.
The ministerial thing.
Don't call him David.
And David being this Jim Jones leader, you guys, I'm really serious about this. And I've talked to like real pastors offline, off my channel, and I've met a lot of sources in this, man. And we've all kind of come to the conclusion that David's doctrine is not Christianity now. It's borderline satanic, really. It's going into like the dark world. It's going in the dark realm of like satanic. It's I mean, when you start talking about time traveling and stars and shit like that, that's that has nothing to do with Christianity. Sorry. David talks about time traveling, moving through walls, being a shadow mover like he's a fucking super Avenger and shit like that. It really is. You listen to the guy talking, you're like, okay, this is not Christianity at all. It's really not. This is another reason why I don't see why they just don't shut him down, because you look at his doctrine, it has nothing. There's no Christianity in it. There's none. He might read a few scriptures from the Bible and then really twist the shit out of them, but that's it.
Don't call him David.
David has taken a playbook from a lot of these cult leaders. Look at a lot of the cult leaders through history: Jim Jones, David Koresh. He's taken some from Heaven's Gate, no doubt. Who else? Let's see, there's a couple other cults out there. I'm sure he's probably taken some off 12 Tribes, which is a sex cult out of California. Why hasn't that cult been fucking shut down? Again, the government's too scared to mess with the religion. But again, laundering money, trafficking, sex crime, shit like that. But yet, hey, they'll come knocking on my door for the littlest fucking thing. They'll hit me with a warrant for a fucking missed traffic ticket. This is why I stand up and do what I do with this channel, with my channel on YouTube here, is because it's not fair to the rest of us. Why do these people get to get away with these crimes and we don't? White collar crimes, like huge money laundering crimes, everybody. David's laundering money. Somebody asked me the other night, what do we think David has brought in over the last couple of years through COVID? And I said between 30 to 50 million off the books that nobody's seen. 30 to 50. 30 to 50. Could it be more? Could it be less? Absolutely. But we don't know, because this asshole doesn't file his taxes, and he hasn't since 2017. We're going into 2020. We're in August. We're going to go into 2023 pretty soon. So this asshole hasn't filed since 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, almost 5 years. Jumped around tax ID numbers, revoked, opening new tax ID numbers, all that shit, guys. If this doesn't scream crime, this is white collar crime, guys. This is white collar crime. Also, there's probably some other federal crimes going on here. I believe there's some narcotics moving in and out of this cult, no doubt. I mean, they are living down in Miami or Tampa now, where it's just fucking just drug ridden. And David, being the drug addict that he is, it's a playground for him now, really. It's a playground. He's living where they're living down in Avila Country Club. Anybody's listening to this is not a lie. There is a cult, okay? A full-blown money laundering sex cult, all right? No doubt there's probably some human trafficking going on. Not sex trafficking, but human trafficking, okay? In your little part of paradise there in Avila Country Club. 706 Guasando de Avila, okay? You guys know the fucking house. If anybody's listening to this, you know the house. It's probably one of the biggest mansions down there. This mansion has put David above all these prosperity ministers. It really has. The size and everything. It really has. It's put David above a lot of these guys. And that's exactly what he wanted. But what David has really done is give the rest of the prosperity world and the Christian world a really bad fucking name. And these other preachers want absolutely nothing to do with this piece of shit. Nobody wants anything to do with David E. Taylor because of what he's done. And everybody's like, why is he not arrested? Well, the government's too fucking scared. I'm not scared, though. I'm going to stand up against the piece of shit. The reason they sent me the cease and desist is because we're telling the truth. That's it. We're telling the truth. They got scared. They got scared of the truth, and they sent out basically a warning to try and silence a disabled veteran taxpayer to try and silence me. You know what I told them? I pretty much told the lawyers to fuck off. I haven't heard shit from them because they're not going to do a goddamn thing to me about it. They're not going to stop me from putting my YouTube channel up. Bullshit. How can they allow David to run a fucking full-blown money laundering scam on YouTube? But hey, they'll fucking silence my shit real fucking fast, which is bullshit. Talk about having my fucking freedom of speech taken away, First Amendment? Bullshit. Bullshit. They can fucking kiss my ass. Crock of shit, if you ask me. That's what I mean. It's these people in power think they can do whatever the fuck they want with money. And no, they're fucking dead fucking wrong, because social media is the power now. Money's not the power. Social media is the power. Think if fucking Joseph Goebbels had fucking Facebook. Fuck. Put Facebook in the hands of a real fucking propaganda specialist, like somebody like Goebbels, man. What do you think would have happened? It would have been world domination at that point, in my opinion.
Call him David.
That's just what I think. Put something as powerful as social media, put that in the hands of a real dictator, like fucking Hitler or somebody like that, and see what would happen. It would be very bad. Be very bad. The power of social media now, it really has, like I was saying earlier, the power of social media, it's almost taken on a life of its own. It's taken on this own kind of beast of its own. And each platform is just as vicious as the other one, man. YouTube is vicious. Facebook is vicious. Twitter, Instagram, they all are. They all are. We would almost be better off without them. That's just my opinion. Can they do good? Absolutely. In David's case, they're not doing anything good for him.
Don't call him David.
Definitely not. It's again, like YouTube will favor his bullshit over us speaking out against the scam. That's what we don't get in this either, is how he's already had channels taken down, removed. A couple of them. He's got hundreds of back channels. Numerous Facebook accounts, hundreds of fucking Instagram accounts, Facebook accounts, you name it, guys. If you look up David E. Taylor, Apostle David E. Taylor anywhere on social media, go to Facebook, go to Instagram, go to Twitter. I'm sure you won't find anything on Twitter about him, because Twitter's all negative about David.
Don't call him David.
But if you go to, say, Instagram, Facebook, you're going to find a lot of channels on David, and they're all going to be scrub channels that he's created. And this is where, I have one YouTube channel. David has fucking like 50, 60 YouTube channels for one fucking person, and all the channels have all the same bullshit. It's just basically his damage control videos of like Vicky Yohe and all this other bullshit. And what does that do to the algorithm? It takes away from the real channels out there, the real content creators that are actually putting out new videos, while it's keeping these other videos in the algorithm and just shitting on the algorithm. If they removed all of David's scrub accounts, I'm sure the channels out there that are still putting up content on this would be doing a lot better.
That's right, I said it. That's right, I said it.
That's right, I said it. So you got fake accounts, fake Facebook accounts. They have call centers. Again, guys, this scam is so deep. It's a huge. There's an end to it. And the end to it are David and Michelle. Once David and Michelle are arrested, everything will stop. But will they be arrested? Who knows? I would like to think so. Because we haven't seen fucking anything from Michelle. Michelle is hiding like a scared little fucking mouse right now. Big time. She ain't coming out. She's fucking scared. She's the most scared individual out of that whole cult. She's got her own bodyguards inside that place right now. Michelle's fucking scared. Just like David. They don't want to be seen anywhere. That's why David had to come out and say, till next time, bye-bye. He had to whisper bye-bye. He's like, bye-bye. So we're not going to see David, guys. We're not going to see David for quite a while now. That's what I believe. He's going to go into another shutaway, keep all his followers in this spiritual, religious limbo, while David does this deeper consecration and shutaway with Jesus because he needs to tend to Jesus. And he legit said that. David legit said that he needed to tend to Jesus. Like, get the fuck out of here, David. You do not need to tend to Jesus. Jesus needs to tend to your ass. That's what he needs to do. That's my opinion. And I'm not here to say what Jesus' plan is or anything like that, but it's like the other way around, man. You need Jesus. Jesus doesn't need you. Okay? It's not like that, David. You putting yourself before Jesus, you're misogynist. You're a pig, dude. What you're doing here is just religious abuse, David. David.
Don't call him David.
Don't call him David. Well, his name is David, Michelle. So again, why he hasn't been arrested? First, it really comes down to the government, guys. Really comes down to the government not wanting to get involved in religion. They don't want anything to do with it, but hey, they'll let it fucking bleed into politics and shit like that, right? They'll definitely let it bleed into politics. Right? You got assholes like fucking Paula White up there with Donald Trump and shit like that. I mean, really? Again, guys, I'm not here to talk politics either, but it's when you put two and two together, when you see idiots like Paula White up there with presidents and fucking idiots that can't really think for themselves, you know, it's kind of clear and present. Just my opinion. There is no separation of church and state in America anymore, which is fucking bullshit. At that point, right then and there, Paula White should have been kicked out of the fucking White House. Get the fuck out of here. You're a religious leader. You have no business up here supporting, like, putting your face out like that. Give a fuck who you are. That's one of the things with the 501c3 is, like, you're really not supposed to put your public face on a party. And Paula White did that fucking clearly. Once again, government's too fucking scared to get involved with these people, man. That's why we're making a stink about it, is because at what point are we going to let David's cult, right, go on? Because, guys, somebody asked the other night, and they brought up a good point. Could this become a suicide event? It absolutely fucking could, everybody. It absolutely could become a suicide event. Look at all the other cults in the past, everybody. What's the worst case scenario that happened when shit went down? It ended in suicide. Jim Jones, Heaven's Gate. We've also, what was the other ones? Those are the two main. There's a death cult out of Japan. I mean, worst case scenario, Koresh. Look what happened. You think the government fucking forgot those? Fuck no, they didn't forget about those. They just don't talk about them because they were all very bad situations. Heaven's Gate was a little bit different. They just all kind of drank the Kool-Aid and put the blankets over and went to sleep and never woke up, right? But the other ones, Koresh and Jim Jones, those were not good, man. Those were not good. The land, check this out. The land in Guyana, the CIA owned and actually sold to Jim Jones. Keep that in mind. Our own government sold Jim Jones the land where he fucking built Jonestown. It's not a lie. It's facts. I don't know how the fuck our government owned it. But yeah. So you think another reason our government doesn't want to get involved is because their fucking hands are just as dirty in it. It wouldn't surprise me if if the government's taking payouts from David. Why not? Why not? Fuck, he's got money. Why not pay to keep some of the agents quiet? Why not pay to keep cops quiet? Money talks in this world, man. People are fucking hurting for money right now. We all know that. People do anything for fucking some cold hard cash right now, off the books. Who wouldn't? I would. Wouldn't you? Like David is, fucking laundering through some real estate, taking in off mentally ill people, old people, scam people out of their houses. You guys, people are being scammed literally out of their houses from this asshole. There's a couple down in Florida that was recently scammed out of about a $2 million mansion from this piece of shit. They quit claimed to deed the house over to fucking David. This is not a lie, guys. All the information's on my channel, Apostle David E. Taylor Full Frontal Exposure, or David E. Taylor Full Frontal Exposure. Okay, there's absolutely nothing sexual about the channel. I just want everybody to be aware of that too. It's just, if these people are going to blatantly run the scam, well, guess what? I'm going to find as much information I can on them and put it out in the public. That way these people know they're scamming mentally ill, and I have proof of that. That they're scamming old, elderly, infirm, love scams, divorcees, fucking the IRS. This scam is so big, man. They have created LLCs, real estate holding companies, all kinds of shady shit, everybody. There's so many state filings with state attorney offices. It's a mess, guys. It's a fucking mess, this place. And again, I'm a firm believer once the IRS gets a hold of them and sees how many times they change their tax ID numbers and they actually go in and do a financial audit. Oh, man. When they actually go in and do a forensic financial audit of this place, I hope they do. I knock on wood that they do. I knock on wood that they do a financial audit back 30 fucking years, man. Where's all the money? Is the IRS going to go back 30 years? Probably not. I think where they should go back to, that's just my opinion. Again, we all know what David says about everybody's opinion, right? Is your opinion is a lie.
Your opinion is a lie.
So I could be wrong. Could be wrong. I would like to see them go back, say, 5 years previous to the deposition. That's where I would like to see them. So what was the deposition? 2015? So 2010? Let's say 2010. Go back. Let's go back 12 years. Let's audit his book 12 years back. Let's not go the full 30. Let's just go 12 years back. What would his books look like? Shit, probably. Check out my channel, David E. Taylor Full Frontal Exposure on YouTube, where everybody's opinion is a lie. I put out content weekly there. A lot more content than I do here because I'm still kind of new to the podcast world. But I'm here, as with the rest of the subscribers on my channel, we're all here as a group to warn people about this asshole and anybody else that is thinking about possibly being sucked into a cult. Because these people are master manipulators, everybody. They smell something and they're like fucking sharks in a feeding frenzy. Real stuff. Real stuff, guys. College campuses, that's where a lot of these cults will go to recruit members. And one of the members could be your child, everybody. Pay close attention because this is real. They do go to college campuses and they do recruit members. Okay? And it might be real subtle. Next, they say, hey, do you believe in God, this and that? And 6 months, 8 months later, they're in a damn cult. Real stuff. This is one of their stomping grounds.
That's right, I said it.
College campuses are a big stomping ground. 12 tribes. Yellow Delhi. Look at that place. It's right next to a fucking college town, and it's a fucking cult. Nobody says anything about it. Oh, there's nothing wrong with that place. Yeah, it's a fucking sex cult. You might have never heard of the Yellow Delhi. Yeah, it's a sex cult, everybody. All right? And they recruit students from college. Why do you think they put the Yellow Delhi right next to college towns? Recruitment. My eyes are wide fucking open. Are yours? This has gone beyond Christianity, guys. This has gone beyond religion, David's cults, even Catherine Crick. I'm paying close attention to her too. Hers is going beyond religion. And for some fucking ungodly reason, she got a spot on CTN. Or CNT, Christian Network Television, out of Houston, Channel 12. Can't believe I'm fucking even saying it, but it's... How does they give this fucking crazy-ass lunatic, Catherine Crick, right? She does these outdoor revivals in the park, and it's like... It's more theatrics, and it's more about her dressing really nice and showing off her threads and shit, and it's more of like her jumping up and down. Hallelujah, praise Jesus, everybody! There's really absolutely zero context to her sermons. It's just her saying, a lot of renouncing, you need to renounce this, and witchcraft, and abuse, and bad eyesight. It's like, damn, fucking, why don't you just renounce fucking being born? It really is. You watch Catherine Crick, she's just as bad as David. And it's hard to believe that anybody's following that fucking clown, Catherine Crick, or David for that matter. I can't get too hard on the Catherine Crick because I can only do one at a time, but Catherine Crick is just as bad, guys. Watch her bullshit sermons, man, and she's a joke. She's a joke. She's taking all these lavish trips around the world, doing all these bullshit revivals, and she's got a huge revival tour coming up. I mean, this woman, she's gonna burn out. She's got to be on something for what she's doing, man. I would be fucking wiped out to be doing the kind of traveling that she's doing. But we're not talking about Catherine Crick. It's about David and why he hasn't been arrested. It's because the government's scared, guys. Government's scared. So, either the government's going to wait until something really fucked up happens and they're going to have a mass suicide event. Okay? This is just my opinion. I'm speaking in just reality. We'll have a mass suicide event, or they'll try and arrest people and shit will go down. Okay? Or they'll go peacefully. Or David will stay in hiding and he'll fucking die. Okay? Those are some of the options. He'll stay in hiding and we will never hear from him again. David is looking like shit still, everybody, okay? David is not in good health. So he basically said, until next time, bye-bye. He never said when I'll be out. He just said he's going into a deeper consecration, which translates to me, hey, I'm going fucking into hiding. Y'all are never going to see me again. That's what that translates into for me, for David. When I hear him say, I'm going into a deeper consecration because Jesus, I need to tend to Jesus. Yeah. No. He's going into hiding again. He's got all these mansions, guys, and it's weird. I'm guessing he thinks he feels safe behind his big walls in Avila Country Club. Right there. I'm guessing he must feel safe. I mean, I would. He's in a gated community behind a gated mansion, and gated walls. He's like double gated and shit. He's like double protected. That's how scared this piece of shit is right now from whatever he's hiding from. I'm under the impression too that he's also pissed off some very powerful people. Just my opinion. I said everybody's opinion is a lie.
That's right, I said it.
If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, by all means, hit me up on my channel on YouTube. I put a lot of content there. I have a Google Voice number, email, everything. This guy needs to be stopped. People want to know why he's not in jail, but because the IRS isn't getting the point yet that this asshole's running a huge fucking scam. This is why I encourage everybody to file fraud. Everybody might think it's a waste of time, but you know what? It's not. It's not a waste of time. Why would it be? Why would the IRS go through the time of making the fraud reports if it was such a waste of time to file the fraud? Why? Why would they make the reports? To waste fucking paper? Just to do it? So people can waste their time? That's my question. Why would the IRS make these forms? If they didn't suspect fraud was going to fucking happen, everybody. That's the question I ask. Okay, I definitely see this guy's committing fraud because he hasn't paid his taxes, right? He's dodging taxes. How do you file fraud? Oh, look, IRS database. Oh, this is tax exempt complaint referral form. Bam, 13909. Oh, shit, all you got to do is file this out, send it in the mail to the IRS. But again, guys, I'm going on a year. I'm going on a year right now filing fraud of this asshole. They're still pulling tax exempt status while I'm filing fraud. A year, guys, I fucking filed fraud against this piece of shit. It's very real. They can't run from these IRS. They're not going to run from these fraud reports, everybody. They're not going to hide from those. I have all their names, addresses, phone numbers, David's social security number. They're not going to run from that. Then they're going to try and intimidate me and shit with the cease and desist? Yeah, okay. David is not going to challenge me in court. There's no way. He doesn't want his documents in my hand. So the last thing David wants is his financial records in my hand because I will make them all public. I absolutely will. 100%, without a doubt. Every fucking financial document, pay stub, check, every bank account number, I will make public. Goddamn right I would. Every address, phone number, name, email, I would make everything public. Why? because David's running a full-blown fucking scam. I dare him to take me to court. David, I dare you. I dare you to take me to court. But he won't. I've offered him $1 million to go to St. Jude's and start healing kids out of there. Him and Catherine Crick. Think they'll do it? No, because that shit doesn't happen. This is why this should be fraud. Why they're saying they can heal people? They should be arrested for fucking medical fraud. Saying people are healed and they're not fucking doctors. You know, there should be laws against this. There's laws against like abusing the elderly, abusing children, shit like that. Why can't there be like laws in religion where it's like, hey, once you start abusing the book, hey, you can't do it's. There should be some kind of theological like law in place to stop these assholes. Not using religion, but using the law needs to step in, basically. They need to push the religion aside. They, meaning the government, they need to pull their heads out of their fucking ass, okay? The government needs to pull their head out of their ass and use the laws to bust these guys. Stop looking at the religion and stop being so scared of the religion that they're using to get away with the crimes, okay? Push the religion aside and start charging them with the crimes that are written in our written law. Not because they're a fucking 501c3 tax-exempt organization. Last time I checked, law is law, all right? Not policy. IRS has policies, codes. Those aren't laws. There are fucking laws in place to prevent people from laundering money, like David is. I'd also like to think, the government doesn't want to fucking do a RICO case with this asshole. I mean, that's what it would ultimately turn up to be, is a RICO case, guys. The rate David's going, laundering his money, it will turn into a full-blown RICO case. David's like, Rico Suave? No, David, Rico. Racketeering, dude. Racketeering. You really are, David. You're looking into a racketeering case, man. You're looking at racketeering, man. If you think I'm bullshitting, dude. If you think we're bullshitting. We're not, man. There's people looking from the outside in, saying, man, this guy's in bad shape. Buying all these properties in an inflated market. Everything you've done, David, your lies are unfolding in a bad way right now. Oh, man. That's going to be kind of it for the day, for the weekend. I'll be back next Saturday to do another live. And I invite everybody to check out my YouTube channel, David E. Taylor Full Frontal Exposure, where everybody's opinion is a lie. Podcast is a little more dedicated to on topic about what we talk about on the YouTube channel. I try to stay a little more focused here on the topic today. It's kind of hard to talk about why there's so many dynamics why the government won't bust these assholes. One, overall the government's scared, man. Our own governing body is scared to do their fucking job. That's what I don't get, man. We're paying the taxes. They'll come after my fucking taxes. They want their 6-figure salaries every goddamn year, but they don't want to do their job. It's almost like we're going back to taxation without representation. That's how I feel. And we all know how that ended, right? Fucking the colonists said, yeah, fuck you guys. Said, fuck the crown. We're not going to fucking pay you taxes. You're not representing us. This is how I kind of feel it's going back to, is our government, we're paying the taxes, but they're not representing us properly anymore. I mean, you get law firms, again, these people with money think they can do whatever the fuck they want, man. David being one of them. His law firm being another. Right? Joel Osteen, Kenneth Copeland, Jesse Duplantis, Creflo Dollar, Catherine Crick, all these prosperity ministers, Jeff Bezos. I'm talking the rich and powerful, really everybody. That's where I'm going with this, is like without the middle class and the lower class, everybody, the rich and powerful wouldn't be able to survive. Just economics 101, everybody. What would happen if the middle class stopped doing their jobs? Lower class too. What happened if the middle and lower class stopped doing their jobs? Going to their corporate jobs, working at their desk jobs, gas stations, truck drivers. What would happen if we all just stopped doing our jobs? Yeah, the economy would collapse in a bad way, but the corporate wouldn't be able to survive. I mean, either would we. It would be bad. That's not a viable option. Definitely not. But I'm just saying, what if the middle class stopped doing their job for the upper class and so on and so forth? We live in a real caste system. It really is. Really do, guys. It's fucking bullshit. That's why I do what I do here with my channels, is because I'm tired of seeing people get away with these crimes and they're thinking it's okay. But no, social media is the power now. That's why I'm here on this channel. That's why I have a YouTube channel, Exposing David, is because I had a hard time seeing that asshole sit in the deposition and just fucking lie. And everybody asking the question, why isn't he in jail yet? Well, let's examine it. Why isn't he in jail yet? Okay, it's religion, right? He's using a 501c3 to get away with the crimes. He's using religion to mask the crimes. That's why he hasn't been arrested. It's religion. Once you put God in the mix, the government, man, they throw their fucking hands up. They're like, oh, we don't want to touch this. They can just do whatever the fuck they want. But no, you know what? They can't do whatever the fuck they want because we, the tax-paying citizens, need to hold our officials accountable for their jobs. Why not? They take our money. Let's make them do their jobs, everybody. I'm making the IRS do theirs by looking into David E. Taylor, by filing fraud, which I also encourage everybody else to do. I don't share the information. If you want to get involved in this, and you've asked that question, why isn't he in jail? Well, you know what? He's never been financially audited by the IRS. And I'm pretty sure that would be a big step in the right direction to getting him arrested, okay? That would probably be a big step in the right direction to bringing that asshole down, guys. You guys asked the question, why is he in jail? Well, help me file fraud against him. Help me. I've been doing it for a year. They've been getting three now. They get one on David, one on Michelle. Then they send two go to Ogden, Utah. One goes to Dallas, Texas. And they both have the same information on them, guys. Same information, just different forms. So the IRS, they know. If they didn't know now, they fucking know that this asshole is laundering money from them. And again, I encourage everybody, you, the tax-paying citizen, to step up to the plate. If you've asked a question why David isn't in jail, is because nobody's put him on the fucking burner like we have. So, with that being said, you guys have a great weekend. Happy Saturday. If you're listening on podcast radio, drive safe. I do apologize for some of the language, but this is just the way I do it, guys. I'm very triggered at this. Like, why doesn't the government get off their ass and get involved? Are we going to wait for something bad to happen? And then once it hits the news, everybody's going to be like, say, well, nobody knew about it. Well, yeah, the fuck we did, because we've been out here saying it to you guys for the last 3 fucking years. That there's something going on here, and you guys need to pay attention to it. You guys being the government. The feds. Probably the DEA needs to get involved, okay? Probably DHS needs to get involved. Wouldn't be surprised if you need to get fucking... there's going to be a lot of the alphabet. People are going to need to be involved in this to stop David. Only way it'll stop. Once again, thank you for listening. You guys have a good weekend. Happy Saturday. Any more questions, comments, or concerns, check out my YouTube channel, David E. Taylor, Full Frontal Exposure. Put more content out there. If you want to see who I am, you can see who I am. I put my face out there. I'm doing a podcast as a different approach to see if I can reach more listeners, to get more people involved in the conversation. And I look forward to hearing everybody's feedback on it. Definitely leave your comments on my YouTube channel. So, again, happy Saturday. Have a good day, and I'll see you all next Saturday.